Looks like we're good.
Yes. We are being serenaded by, of course, Conrad Pollack right here on Cruising with a Case Handler. Smooth Keyboards by Conrad Pollack. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How you all doing, gentlemen? Welcome to Cruising with a Case Handler show on personal injury and immigration. How you all feeling? Alan, you were here first. What's up?
I'm good. Good. And how are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you. It's good to be back here. Conrad joined us. I want to say thanks to him for serenading us all, as he do some wonders on the keyboards right there, Conrad, how you feeling today? I can see you're feeling pretty good.
Good. So looking forward to the fight night, tonight, 9 o'clock, fight night.
Yeah, popcorn ready. He's ready to go.
And what about you, Case Handler? How you feeling today, man?
I'm pretty good, man. It was a very successful day in the personal injury world at Pollack Isaac DeSico. A lot to be thankful for, and we are now officially doing the evening cruise commute home with the Case Handler, show by attorneys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this show, actually, if you're watching this show right now, you absolutely know who we are because you're subscribed to either my page or Squeeze's page. And we are here, we're attorneys, we're here answering your questions for 100% free, whether it's personal injury or immigration or criminal defense. We, of course, are a full service law firm. I'm Adam Handler. They call me the Case Handler. You call me the Shark, but one thing you'll never call me is
You're the one who called you that, man. But
testing out all the sound effects. There we go. Conrad loves that one. We're here. We thought we'd be on live tonight. It's a Thursday night, and a lot to be interested. A lot of interesting things happening tonight. This debate really is dominating all the headlines. I'm particularly interested as to how that mute button's going to work. I think that's going to be really fun to watch. But I'm looking forward to it. You know what? We're getting down towards the wire. We're getting down towards the end. Only less than 2 weeks till the election, so we all cast our votes and put the country in the direction that we all individually think it should go towards. And I think for none other reason that we're broadcasting this show right now, it's important for the immigrant community. It's important for everybody, but particularly the immigrant community. And I'm sure Conrad and Alan will expound on why that is. But no matter who you are voting for, and I try to be as neutral as I already voted, and I try to be as neutral as possible, just not to, create.
You voted for, but that's okay. Not that it's wrong with it.
You know who I voted for.
Nothing wrong with it, just say.
I didn't. Everybody knows who I voted for, but I don't.
Nothing wrong with it.
I don't care. Just make your vote known and make your voice heard, because if you don't, you've got absolutely no reason to complain. Again, my name is Adam Handler. I'm your Case Handler. I'm here with Conrad Pollack, the architect of the firm, the managing partner of the firm. We call him the maestro because he tickles those ivories, and he also...
I think the architect is a much better name.
Yeah.
Architect, because he speaks about who he employs and all of that and trains and everything. I think the architect is a much better. I think we're going to do that for when Biden wins, then we change it.
Well, his dad's name was Arthur, but we can call him Art Vandelay.
I like Maestro. Just call me Maestro.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks to the attorneys for being here. They took the time out of their personal life in the evenings here to actually be on the show. Adam Handler, that you just heard from, is a personal injury attorney that's been doing a radio show with me on 93.5 FM for over 15 years in one way or the other, on the station with me, with other DJs and so forth. And he has made an impact on the Caribbean community and other communities. So thanks to him, He has settled well over $125 million for people. Now he's with Pollack, Isaac, and Seagull for just about 6 years and doing wonders over there also. If you get hurt in an accident, the only attorney that you'll need is Adam Handler. Why? Because you have one choice, one chance, and he is your case handler. Alan E.K. has been with the firm for a number of years also. Conrad likes to pick a few decades here and there, but he's truly an extremely experienced individual in the capacity of immigration law. Very thankful to have him as a part of the show and obviously of the firm. We call him the General, this Alan E.K. And Conrad Pollack, as Adam said, he's the architect of the firm. We call him the Maestro. And of course, we're here today. Gentlemen, where do we want to start today?
Something you just mentioned, Al and I were talking about the last time there was a situation like this at presidential election was, Depression. Herbert Hoover was president. Alan, you remember that, right?
Yeah, I was there, right. I voted for Herbert Hoover.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. Just left that one open there.
Yeah.
Hoover, people can argue that he's the worst president ever.
Well, I said that's probably the closest analogy that you could find to the current election. Here's Herbert Hoover, who, as it turned out, he got 39% of the vote against Roosevelt's 57%. But it was a similar situation. He's in the depth of a depression, and he said, "Hey, give us another year. We're doing a great job. Wait till next year. It's going to be the best ever."
Yeah. And here's Trump asking for the same thing, right?
Yep.
Well, he didn't say next year, best year, right? He said next year is going to be a phenomenal year. So
it is what it is. All right. So let's jump right into it. Adam, I need for you. Let's get back into the show, man. I know the debate is on our minds, but at least let's talk. Let's at least get a talk on immigration, a talk on personal injury. Adam, I need a true success story with you because I know you're taking off from dinner right now. I know Stacey's gonna, say, "Hey, what the hell's going on?" So let's jump into it. At least a true success story. I'm gonna give you the ability to.
I'll pull something up for that. Give me 1 second. I'll pull something right up for you. Something special for the evening ride home. I know that's what you want.
Absolutely.
And knowing you're going to want something in the millions, right?
I want something in the millions always.
Okay. Let's do. Well, this is a great one. This is one that we settled during the pandemic. This is that accessoride patient. We had that wonderful show that she came on. I hope everybody out there watching this show right now was listening at that time. This was a very special show because it was a very special case. This is an individual, a cerebral palsy patient that was getting on an accessoride to go to a program. He was, ambulatory, able to get back and forth, just needed to help getting rides places. And the accessoride driver would not help him. He lowered the ramp, but then was on his cell phone on a call and didn't assist him to get on. And my client fell backwards. The accessoride driver then just decided to drive off. And there was innocent bystanders on the street that picked him up off the ground. His head was bleeding, brought him inside. 911 was called. And, as a result of these injuries that he had by falling backwards, he really lost pretty much all of his independence that he had. And this is somebody that's been dealing with, a special need for decades. He's well in his 50s. And now he's basically bound to a wheelchair, which would have happened eventually due to his condition, but definitely accelerated it. So Squeeze, if you would read that quote for me that I'm about to pull up, I would be very, very appreciative. Very, 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 very moving case. And here we go.
All right. They were courteous and worked very diligently. If you want a good lawyer, Adam Handler is the lawyer you need. Adam treated my brother well. We consider Adam our friend, and we really appreciate everything he did for us. Job well done. Doreen, Vernon's sister from Brooklyn, New York. So sweet. $2.5 million. Let me say that again. 2.5 million US dollars. Hold up. 2.5 million US dollars. That was the settlement. Adam.
Yes, a wonderful result for a well-deserved individual. And what I'm proud about most is that we were able to do this during the pandemic. when everything pandemic, where I mean, we're still in the pandemic, but when we were in that strict quarantine, this case settled in April and nobody was going anywhere. And the truth is, the family and I, we made a very educated and informed decision to settle the case because we didn't know, he's one of those individuals, Squeeze, that would be very, very susceptible to a negative outcome if he got sick. And I remember his family saying, like, let's get this done. If you can get us, a couple $1 million. I mean, they weren't even expecting anything. They didn't think we could ever win a case against accessoride. And when I told them we can get $2.5 million, they're like, we got to take this. We need, let's get the money now. Let's buy him that bed he wants. Let's get, improve his life immediately. I mean, to somebody that's living in a average living situation, not really catered to his special needs, now to have, I don't want to say unlimited resources, but when you go from having nothing to $2.5 million tax-free, it may seem like unlimited resources. So he's got, the most comfortable bed, the special tools in the shower, people that can come during the day and prepare his meals and things like that. So very, very special. And it's what we do, that's what we do, man. Life-changing money for life-changing injuries. Pollack, Isaac DeSico. We just know what we're doing. We do it with passion. We treat it like family. And same thing for immigration. I'm sure Alan and Conrad will attest right now that the way we handle our immigration practice is much different than every other immigration practice out there. And that's why I'm so proud to be a partner of this firm associated with the work they do.
Great job, by the way, man. Thanks a lot for definitely doing that for Vernon. I mean, it was well needed. And that's the reason why we say people should trust you and believe in you and come by you when they get hurt in an accident. So that's the reason why we say to everybody, the phone number, store it. It's 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. Reach out to Adam Handler, the case handler, and he will handle your case when you get hurt in that accident. Now, let's switch it over to immigration for a minute there. Alan, I know we spoke this morning about people being put in removal proceeding. I wanted you to reiterate that here on Cruising with a Case Handler before we get to a couple of questions that I understand that we may have. All right. So if you can just touch a little bit on that and how this is being executed right now all over the country, I presume, are near the borders.
Okay, at present, undocumented immigrants, any place in the United States can be deported as quickly as a day once ICE officials find you. And it was previously, they would wait until they would grab people who were within 100 miles of the border and within 2 weeks of entering the United States. That has all changed now. And if they can counter you and you cannot immediately prove when you see an ICE officer that you've been continuously in the United States for at least 2 years or have some kind of legal standing, they're going to deport you right away. So this is huge. And formerly, the acting head of ICE in the Obama administration said this can very significantly shift how immigration law can be enforced. And so this is a very important tool that they have now. And the idea is this: ICE never really had any way of doing this quickly, but now there are a lot of serious concerns about whether ICE, who's never had this authority before but has it now, can be trusted to establish safeguards. And so a former senior official at USCIS basically says that expedited removal, which is what this is called, leaves little opportunity for an immigrant to challenge it before being put on a plane. And he said it's really, really, really easy now for them to be removing individuals who are not legally eligible to be removed. And it's called expedited removal. And they could, ICE could deport thousands of people under this rule, which now allows them just to pick you up. And unless you can prove that you're legally here, out you go, no hearing, no immigration judge. It's called expedited removal.
Hey, Alan, there's got to be lawsuits already that have been filed or about to be filed challenging this?
No, not that I know of. I mean, if there is, I will report on the next program, but
All right, well, if they haven't been filed yet, they're certainly coming. I mean, expedited removal has existed for a long time. It's been around for, I don't know, 25 years or more. What they've done is they've expanded the parameters of expedited removal. Previously, you had to be picked up near the border, like within 100 miles of the border.
right.
Now they've expanded that, and that survived court challenges initially. But I believe I'm going back now, but as I remember, one of the reasons it survived judicial scrutiny was because it only happened near the border. These were people that, they basically had just gotten here and they were still within 100 miles of the border. So they weren't accorded the same equal protection of the laws that people that are in the interior of the United States typically are accorded. And I believe that if there haven't been lawsuits filed already, they're going to be coming under that exact clause of the Constitution, equal protection of the laws. I mean,
But-
you're subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, and you also are accorded equal protection under the laws pursuant to the Constitution. You don't need to have a green card in order to be protected by the law. So to me, this is an unwarranted and a typical expansion of immigration's police powers, which, like I said, will be challenged in the courts. And further, if Biden gets elected, I doubt they'll be enforcing it. I'm sure this rule will be rescinded.
If he gets elected, we know everything that the Trump administration has done. It's got to get removed. All that.
Well, they're going to try, but the Trump administration has done so many things. And I said this before, it's one of the few things that they've actually been competent and good at and very deliberate in their processing. They knew exactly where to hit us, in terms of the immigration system. Jeff Sessions, Stephen Miller, who is the immigration guy, he's the guy doing all the evil stuff. He learned at the elbow of Jeff Sessions when he was a senator down in Alabama, and his friends would say, "Hey, what do you want to do tonight, Saturday night?" "Oh, let's go deport some illegal aliens." That was his idea of a fun weekend. So this is a guy who learned, from the best in that regard, or the worst, I should say. So, if Biden gets elected, a lot of this stuff, yes, is going to go away. But it's going to take a lot of time for them to correct a lot of the abuses that have been put forth, and to undo a lot of the wrongs that have been done. For instance, there was just in the paper the other day about some 500 parents that still haven't been reunited with the kids that were taken from them when they came to the country 2 years ago.
They can't even find those kids. They don't even know where they are. They're somewhere in the United States, not with their parents, but someplace. And they can't.
They can't find the parents.
Or the kids.
500 kids.
That is unbelievable and sickening, and makes me sick.
So now what we were talking about, just to summarize, this is called expedited removal. And the quote from a former ICE official says, "It leaves little opportunity for an immigrant to challenge it before being put on a plane to go back home." And this former ICE official said that it's virtually impossible to challenge it. It's really, really, really easy to be removing individuals who are not legally eligible to be removed. And ICE could deport thousands of people under this rule, which is now in effect. Expedited removal, it's called.
And some of the people that were concerned about ICE overstepping its authority, ICE said, "Don't worry, we'll exercise discretion when it's warranted. You can trust us. Don't worry." So,
Right.
Because some people said, like, what if you get a guy who's been here for 10 years and he can't prove that he's been here for whatever, or he's been here for 5 years and he can't prove that he's been here those 5 years? Because I believe, Alan, the rule is you have to be here for 2 years now. You have to show you've been here for 2 years.
Right.
Well, don't worry, we'll treat him right. That's immigration's response.
Don't depend on ICE to treat anybody right. So,
Thank you so much for that, Alan, for bringing me up to speed. I got a couple of questions that I want to squeeze in there before we top off at the top of the hour. Very, very important. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Cruising with the Case Handler. Adam Handler got me back into radio, got me back in front of the microphone, got me playing music again, got me doing so many things again. I don't know why, but evidently it's panning out and it's working out. So it's a good thing. Got me hooking back the studio up. I don't know, man. Everything is happening here. I mean, Conrad, I don't know if you see it, but look over there. You see that? See what's over there? You see that? See, got a keyboard now. I don't know what's happening to me. It's either I'm getting old or something is happening. I really don't know what it is. But
You could play a duet with Conrad.
Right.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
Conrad tell you what the client said to him the other day that came in? Oh man, I love you on the radio. He's a celebrity.
oh, really? Oh my God! Listen,
He's like, you're the maestro, man.
story. Everybody I speak with says, "Hey, Squeeze, you used to be the one with the good voice, but Conrad's the one with the voice now." I'm like, God damn, man, I can't win anymore. You know?
Well, life's like that, man. As good as you get, there's always somebody better.
Yeah, that's. I won't even follow up with that. Anyway, let's get to a question here on the immigration side. It says, I want to know, when do my sponsor / joint sponsor need to submit the affidavit of support, the form I-864? Does he have to submit it now, as the option is visible on the CEAC, or after the interview?
Not after the interview, but as part of the interview. I'm assuming that we're talking about somebody who's going to get his immigrant visa at the American consulate. And so that affidavit of support is normally submitted to something called the National Visa Center in New Hampshire. They gather all the documents together. When they're satisfied that all the documents are proper, they will schedule an appointment for the person to go into the American consulate. And theoretically, all the documents should be in place and should be sent by the National Visa Center to the consulate. And that affidavit of support should be part of the documents that are assembled to go to the consulate.
Thank you so much, Alan E.K., the attorney over there, called the general at PPID. The number for PPID is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, 844-PPID-LAW. Here's one for you, Conrad. My uncle is in the USA for the past 2 years, and he wants to get the H-4 visa for his spouse and children. Is the embassy open for H-4 appointments? Are they entertaining any such requests currently? Any help, suggestions would be appreciated.
Which embassy are we talking about?
Didn't say.
Let's assume it's in Jamaica for the sake of argument. Take it from there.
They are open for emergency purposes, Alan. Am I saying correctly?
Yes, for humanitarian, other emergency reasons, they're open for that.
I don't know that this would constitute an emergency, number one. Number two, they're not necessarily eligible for an H-4 anymore. The rules have been changed with regard to H-4 visa processing. So it's not automatic like it used to be. Previously, a spouse of an H-1 would just get an H-4. Basically prove you're a spouse and you get your H-4. Now there are work requirements and how long have they had the H-1? Have they applied for the green card? There's a lot more to it now.
Okay. 844-774-3529. Final question on the immigration side that I'm going to ask Adam to top off the hour for us on personal injury. With the current travel ban, how difficult is it to get NIE, National Interest Exception? I am E2 investor, and after 1 year, I need to fly back to Europe. But how can I get back? I would think they'd need an attorney for this, but I'll let you guys answer.
They do. Go ahead, Alan.
You need an attorney for that, and you have to deal with the American consulate in the country you're going to be going to try to get a national interest exception. So you're dealing with the consulate. You've got to explain to the consulate why it's important for you to come back, what the business decisions are. If the consulate gives you a national interest exception, you shouldn't have a problem. Theoretically, you could get on a plane without the NIE and deal with CBP at the airport, but much better to deal with the American consulate, show them that it's important for business reasons why you have to go and come back. It's good for the American economy. And if they give this NIE, national interest exception, you shouldn't have a problem. But you'll need a lawyer for that. You're not going to be able to do that yourself. And we'll be happy to help you with it.
Cruising with a case handler. That was immigration. If you would like to get yourself a free phone consultation with an attorney at PPID, you can schedule one right now by simply calling 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. Ask all the questions you want. They'll give you a few minutes to speak with them. And then I highly suggest that you retain them. 844-774-3529. The name of the firm, PPID. Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Make the link, make the call, make the connection, make it PPID. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Conrad. Mr. Adam Handler, personal. Can you top it off? Why people should reach out
Let's
to you?
wrap this up. We've been doing some amazing work this year. 2020 is not an easy year for anyone or any business, particularly attorneys. The stakes are higher than ever, and our resources and our ability to really advocate are limited. I can't even go to court to try a case. That's how crazy it is. But nevertheless, we've settled nearly $20 million for our clients. I mean, $20 million settled this year. The year's not even over yet. And I haven't even stepped foot in a courtroom since the first week of March. I mean, there's firms that aren't doing $20 million ever, right? We're talking 1 year. And with respect to immigration, we opened it up, absolutely free phone consultations. We even pushed this enough during this show, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this show right now, if you dial 844-774-3529, I don't care if it's now, midnight, 4 a.m., or 12 noon tomorrow, somebody's going to pick up, somebody's going to schedule you for a free consultation. You've got everything to gain, nothing to lose. The phone call is absolutely free. The consultation is free. Ask your question, even if you think it's a silly question. Know where you stand, know where your family stands, especially when it comes to legalizing your status here in the United States. We joked, this was like a pre-debate show, but the truth is, as American citizens, we have the right and the responsibility to engage in the political process, to engage in who and how we want this country to move forward in. That is a right that we have earned either by winning the jackpot and being born in the United States, or bettering yourself and bettering your family, like Squeeze's family did decades ago, coming to this country, legalizing their status, becoming citizens, and having the ability to vote and make change. That's the importance and the power of what we're able to do here at the law firm. I mean, for an immigrant to this country, there is no other platform in which you can say that I have more power, right? Your voice will be heard. And Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico will help you perpetuate that voice. But again, unless you call us, you're never going to get our help.
Right.
844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law. Ladies and gentlemen, watching on Squeeze's page right now, you have followed him for decades, not only on the radio, but on social media, because you believe in him and you believe in what he has to say. There is no reason whatsoever that shouldn't ring true for his endorsement of our firm, because I know for a fact, as much as he likes me, as much as he likes Conrad, as much as he likes Alan and Nelson, he wouldn't put his own ass on the line and endorse his firm if he didn't 100% believe not only that we'll do a good job, but we'll do the right thing while we're doing it.
How much money? It's my reputation, it's my ass, and I take my ass seriously.
Yes. I know you do.
All right. Anyway, folks, what we're pretty much trying to say is that, PPID is an excellent firm, and I genuinely did not know that I would have found a firm like them. And I want to say thanks to Adam Handler for being the guinea pig. Okay. 6 years strong. And what I love about the firm, very honest, very straightforward. They won't take cases unless they know they truly can genuinely help you. And you won't find a better set of attorneys that work together as a team. And they got a sense of humor also, but you got to love them. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you call them 844-774-3529. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. And yes, this is an attorney advertisement. However, we all know PPID, I'm down with them. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Let's just make way for the fight night tonight between
ready to rumble
Trump and Joe Biden.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you got the microphone thing going on there, man.
For the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble.
Shooting the breeze. You need to adjust that mic. No wonder, you got the side of it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I'm working on the problem right now.
Yeah. Let's get ready to roar, man. That's what we're gonna do, man. Let's get ready to roar. Conrad, who's gonna take it? What do you think?
Look, In my opinion, I think the election is already decided. I mean, something like 50 million people have already voted. That's like half of the total or a third of the total that voted in the entire election last time. I don't think this is going to change anyone's mind. I think unless it's something like, Trump all of a sudden starts acting like a human being. But other than that, I just, this is theater.
Which very interestingly, in the first debate, had he done that, had he really said, guys, I know things are messed up right now, but here's what we're going to do to change them. He may have actually gotten some he may have swayed, but he went, as they say, this is a legal term, of course, he went balls deep. He went balls deep into what he needed to do, what his platform is.
Well, it's should be interesting.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after the debate.
Absolutely. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning.
All right.
Yep.
You all so much. Have yourself a wonderful evening. I'm quite sure there'll be a lot of chatter on the text message platform. Thank you all so much. We'll catch up with you all later on. It's been great.
Vote Biden.
All right. Yep. Vote Biden. There we go.